there's a sync. And that's how we sync audio around here.
Nice.
We are very elementary with our approach to doing podcasting. Funny enough, we're not professionals around here. It's not what we do. It's not how we do it here. Not on E4.
He's pretty professional to me.
You think so?
I think so.
Sir, this is all just smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, man.
It works.
Smoke and mirrors, a little bit of movie magic, a little bit of alcohol.
It's like a
Here
filter on
we-
an ugly chick, dude.
A what?
It's like a filter on an ugly chick.
A filter on the other chick. All right, I'm going to ask you about that. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the E4 podcast. Like always, I'm your host, Migs. With me today, I have Dill,
What's up?
Obs,
What up?
and our good friend, DJ Swerve.
What's up? What's up?
How you doing, Swerve?
Pretty good, man.
Pretty good, yeah. So Swerve is a local DJ around the Crossroads area. You could find him anywhere from downtown to midtown to uptown. He's all around town. And he obviously DJs at Dodge pretty often, weekly. Sometimes.
Kind of fill-in guy.
You're a fill-in guy?
Yeah, kind of whenever he doesn't have anything scheduled. Give me a call. If I
feel
can
like
do it, I
see you
do
a
it.
lot.
I was literally just about to say, I was like, I've been seeing you, I feel like a lot.
I think I
But
did,
I hang out there a lot. So
Yeah, I think I did every Friday this year up until the last couple.
Yeah.
So it was nice.
What
I like
other
it.
hotspot do you, where
I
you
was
at most of the time?
I was at Shooters last night.
Okay.
Total madhouse.
Okay.
Shooters. Shooters is like, I would say, the biggest bar
I was like,
in
wait,
town.
I was at Shooters last night.
Were you at Shooters last night? Where
Yes.
were you at? Yeah.
I was. We went over there for pictures because y'all were having a show over there. Y'all
A
had
comedy show.
a
Comedy show.
going. Yeah. So I was a little late to that, so I wasn't going to make it.
Okay, all right. So how was Shooters, if you don't mind me asking?
Madhouse.
Madhouse?
Madhouse.
It really was.
I think we talked about this a little bit earlier. It's tax season, so the income tax ballers are out, and you know what that
Oh,
means.
yes. Yeah.
I wish I was one of those ballers.
Tons of rudeness.
Me too.
Amateur night. Just demanding requests, and like I was talking about earlier too, or you play one thing, immediately somebody's going to come up and want something the opposite, and that's what that was the whole night. It just kind
Do
of.
you just nod your head and then just never play their songs?
I try to get them on just to
You
go,
did.
get them to go away. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta satisfy them to go away.
Yeah, I try to get it on as fast as I can so they quit bugging me. Also, I'll forget. So I learned this from the emo
and they
nights
come
at Dodge.
back and they're like, what
I
did
carry
you
a
have
notepad and I have them write it
Yeah.
down
Yeah.
and that kind of thing. It's just, but other than that, I mean, I love DJing at Shooters. I love Dodge. Done some parties here and there at Moonshine, and I think my longest was at Downtown Grill. I think we were there, me and Big Rob, for 10, 12 years at least, off and on. here
Yeah,
and there.
you were. I feel like
I was there
you
long.
and Rob were kind of the face of Downtown Bar and Grill for I don't know, for years.
Yeah, it's,
And which I think is really weird.
that's
'cause
some
I-
awful faces to have for that.
It's some awful fit. I don't know. I think Rob does some good photoshopping for y'all. You know.
Yes, the little flyers, man. That was always my
Dude,
favorite.
That
I
was
would-
my favorite. Yeah.
I would find some cool pictures and I'd text them to him, and then he'd send me back what he was going to use, and always hilarious. Always.
Yeah, funny enough, Big Rob was my inspiration while I did my photoshopping at Dodge. Like, we did the Power Rangers, how I just photoshopped
Right.
all our faces on there. And then a lot of times I would get, like, the bands that would
Yeah.
play at Dodge, I would just take their photos and just put the staff's heads on
Yeah.
them instead. Like, well, I'll just Photoshop. So it's just like, we're working tonight, and then we're just...
For the boys' night.
For the boys' night. Like, we'll do stuff like that.
Yeah, we
But-
used to do like tonight we're playing in the third story mezzanine, or we're on the rooftop bar tonight, and
Hell yeah.
and that started with these ridiculous posts, and then it went to the Photoshop posts, and I think my favorite one that he did was the Outcast Stankonia cover.
Yes.
And that's got to be one of my favorites.
I think that's one of my favorites too. But y'all were the face of Downtown Bar and Grill for fucking forever, and I think that was kind of weird because I feel like whenever bars in general, whenever they have like a face as either like the owner or the manager, or sometimes even some of the bar staff, right? Like sometimes the bar staff, they just become real well-known bartenders, and they're the face of that bar. But I think Downtown Bar and Grill was the only bar around here that the DJs were the face, like, because they created the environment, right? So I thought that was pretty unique with y'all down there. And then now you're obviously around more, right? You're doing Dodge, you're doing...
Yeah, I kind of, when somebody calls, I go, if I can, if I want to. I'm just at that stage in doing it probably 18 years in Victoria now, just here alone. And I kind of just take the gigs that I want, you know, if I can, and things like that.
You think you could do it full-time, like quit your day job to do it?
I've done it. I've done it consistently, you know, and I got, you get burnt out. DJing is a hobby, an outlet, and a business for me.
Yeah.
And I've got to pay for the gear. I got to pay for the gear. I've got, you know, streaming services that need to get paid for, that kind of thing. So you got to go out and at least make a minimum to pay for the gear. And I like new gear, and I'm just a gear junkie. I like the mixers and...
I think Miguel is too.
I'm a what?
A gear junkie.
A gear junkie?
You got all the gear.
I love
Every other day you're buying something new for the podcast.
Cameras,
just like
cameras, bikes,
everything, anytime.
Yeah. For sure. Between my car and E4, I'm always trying to buy new shit for us. Just because I think new shit's nice, right? Like it opens up doors to do better shit and different projects. Like we're doing, you know, we're currently filming Hot Ones. Yeah. Which, you know, we have wireless mics now and shit like that. We're using our shotgun microphone for that. You know, we don't get to use that here on the podcast, which we could, but I mean, with these microphones, we're
I'm like, you don't want to hear every single.
Yeah, you don't want to hear the AC. Yeah, if I use a shotgun microphone, I gotta turn off the AC because you can hear the fucking humming.
It's just too hot for that.
You ever thought about doing this from a location with like background noise and everything?
Yeah, like so we've done that before. I don't. Where y'all weren't with me. Y'all two weren't with me, right? No. So it was me and Nina, who is the fourth member. We did a podcast in the wild, is what we call it, and I think we just did Dodge for our test run.
Yeah, I was there, but I was just working your.
Yeah, you were behind the scenes. Yeah, you were working the cameras, and yeah, we pretty much put 5 chairs on the dance floor, and I have a whole different set of microphones that we all just hold, and we just have our podcast there.
Oh, cool!
Like just in the wild, and the background just being the bar itself. Like
that would just be cool. Hear all the glasses
so
clinking.
I want to do 205 next. I was talking to their bartenders about, because I want to do like E4 with majority of the staff at whatever establishment I'm at, right? And just kind of jive with the staff, like get like into the, you know, the feeling, the groove of like, you know, the vibes that the staff has themselves. Because, you know, you're at Dodge and you see our staff, and we're all a bunch of fucking loose ends and fucking weirdos.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, there's nothing professional about us at all. And you can see that when you go to Dodge and we're just like all in normal clothes, like, you know, no uniforms, and we're just like fucking off, like staring at the ceiling or something. I don't know what the fuck
Elite4 shirts.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
I don't know. Y'all kind of got a uniform over there, and it would be the Elite4
shirts.
shirts.
Which is the jab I could make at Carlos. That like, yeah, man, more people wear E4 shirts than Dodge shirts here. It's weird, but whatever.
That's true.
I don't want it to change, so I haven't said anything.
Does Carlos have an Elite4 shirt?
Yeah, I've given Carlos the E4 shirt. He's worn it a couple of times.
Actually, you know, yeah, I have seen him. Seen him a couple of times.
Yeah,
that's right.
I got a hat with his name on it because he's going to be the next Hot Ones guest. Yeah. So yeah, I normally try to throw merch to the people that you know, come on the show and stuff or whatever, right? Which I do have a shirt for you, by the way. Remind me before you leave to give you that shirt. Cool. And then we got to order more, which I kind of want y'all's hand to be involved in that, because I need to come up with a new design for the back of the shirt.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll get with y'all about that. But back to DJ and stuff. I wanted to ask you, like, you know, does DJing ever become like a parody of itself whenever you're like DJing and you have that girl that come up to you and ask you for like a fucking bourbon and Coke or a Tito's and water? Yeah. And you're like, bitch, this is not the bar, I'm the DJ.
And they come in every form and fashion. You get the ones that put the phone in your face, and you're like, okay, number one, I'm old and I can't see. Back that up, you know. And
well, what do they have on their phone? Is it like
the name of the song?
The name of the song? Or
sometimes they're just showing you a Spotify playlist. You know, and I'm like, okay, which one? Which one? I've literally thrown a phone.
No, you threw it?
Shooters years ago, yeah. The girl kept coming up and coming up and coming up, And I said I would get to it, and she kept being very, very demanding. But literally, the phone hit my glasses one time,
Oh, shit.
Oh
and I grabbed it and I threw it to the middle of the dance floor. And I felt bad. I immediately went and picked it up, and luckily didn't break it. But
Yeah.
I would have paid for it, you know. But yeah,
I mean-
it kind of gets to you sometimes, and it all depends on where you set up. And I was set up not on stage but on the floor, very accessible.
Very, yeah. There's
And,
no barriers for them to
People
cross.
people hovering over your gear with drinks and.
Ah,
And when you're talking like, some of those controllers are pretty expensive, but
for sure.
I used to take a cheap controller when I was there. Just, I could do everything the same, but I didn't have to worry if somebody, or if I spilt the beer or somebody else spilt the beer on it. Wasn't too costly. But yeah, I get, I guess the one that gets me the most is the Tejano crowd. And love them to death, if they could know what song they wanted to.
Yeah.
I wish I could
Play.
say the same. I don't love them to death, but they do. Get
I understand the reason. Yeah, I understand the reason that you don't. But they come up and they don't know the name of the song. Sometimes the artist, and I'm like, I'm gonna need one of the two to look it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you come up and you just randomly say, "Hey, play some cumbias." Okay, Selena, it is.
That's
You're
like
gonna
a lot of
get
different
Yeah.
things.
the one.
Yeah, that's
That's and I've got a pretty good knowledge of it now. It's just not my forte. I'm primarily hip hop. I do some rock, of course, emo, dance music, but I'm more of a mix and kind of mashup guy.
Okay,
And
I
I
was
just
gonna
go-
say, do you have?
Oh, yeah.
Because you do go to some bars and the DJs play the same songs.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you request something else, they've got their set playlist. You already know what song's coming on next. Kind of run in with each other. Do you ever have those nights or days where you
No,
Where
it'd
you
make
just
it'd make it too boring.
put on a playlist? Yeah, that's all.
No,
like,
it would make
Yeah.
it way
I
too
feel like,
boring. It's
it does happen a lot.
trying-
I'm like, what's the point?
I'm trying to entertain myself up there as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is I'm really winging the whole time, winging it. I make playlists. Like for the night, I'll put
Okay.
50 songs in a list.
Yeah.
But it no means that I play them in that order. I just pick and cherry pick them,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and some of them never get played, and some of them it goes to the mental playlist.
Yeah.
That I remember. And Dodge is a good proving ground for me when I go and hang out with Rob on Tuesdays. I'll try out new stuff and see if I get any reaction, any head bobs or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then I know if I can use it on a weekend or a big night.
Nice.
And but I'm always, if there's a song out, I'm looking for a remix, or I find a way to remix it and kind of because I don't like the standard radio edits.
Yeah.
Usually,
Yeah.
I like a different beat on it or something, But there's a few that you just don't change. There's stuff you don't. That's good enough the way it is.
What was that one song you did? When I was up on the stage with you, what was it? I think it was like a Friday or Saturday night. It was an old rap song.
I did shook ones to the Dr.
Yeah,
Dre.
that's it
Yeah, I
right
used
there.
the beat for Dr. Dre's 187, which is
Yeah.
actually the first song that Snoop was ever in.
Oh, history lesson.
Yeah, 187 on I think it was on the original Chronic,
Oh,
and it was on a movie soundtrack. And but yeah, I used that beat for Mobb Deep Shook Ones,
yeah, that was badass.
Shook Ones
That was-
too.
Yeah, that one was good.
and then I'm always trying. Usually, I'll get the idea for it literally on the way home, and I'll go straight home, set up the camera,
Yeah,
Nice.
it's just a
make
fun-
the acapella, make the instrumental, and go for it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, I see you
and,
post on live on Facebook.
And I put them on there. Sometimes I'll put them on. I'll listen to it. I'm like, man, that wasn't even in beat, or that wasn't even in key. And then I'll go redo it. But it gets a good practice.
Yeah.
Good practice, and it's always fun. I take my gear that's set up at home, pack it up, take it to the bar. When I get back from the bar, take it home and set it up. I used to, when I was younger, go back home, have the after party, set it back up, and continue to play.
Yeah.
And those were good times. Good times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where the daylight
Sounds like
Daylight
it.
coming up.
coming up, and it's like, I guess I better go to bed.
Yeah, I guess it's that
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So
So let me ask you. So you mentioned that you have like this pool of 50 songs that you just kind of grab from. Now, do those 50 songs change depending on what bar you're going to?
Yeah,
or
for sure.
like how do you?
I keep them. I keep them, and I name my playlist. Like,
Yeah.
I wanted some new stuff, so I made like a new shoots playlist for like dance and hip hop, and I pick a lot of classic hip hop and then some newer stuff. Just throw them in there, and if I can use them, if I got to look around, look at the crowd, and then see, okay, that might work. Let's try it, and that kind of stuff. And then like the country is just really people just want to dance.
Yeah.
Give them a slow one, a medium one, and a fast one.
People
and
just
then,
want a country dance, right?
Yeah, just
I did a little dancing last night.
You did some dancing?
just kind
To
of keep
that
them.
Tejano.
Oh, Tejano dancing. I just call that drunk walking.
Yeah, 100%. I don't.
Because I think if you just like walk around like in circles, like you're
No, I
drunk,
was dancing.
then
I
you're
was
pretty much
actually
dancing.
Move your feet a little bit.
Move your feet a
around.
little bit. No one's keeping track of what steps
Yeah.
you're making. You know, like
Yeah,
you could
it's-
just throw a little twirl in there sometime.
Yeah, a little
and
shake
you're
your hips
good.
a little bit.
Kind of
you
a
know?
little stutter step, and
Yeah.
move your shoulders, and you're
Yeah.
good.
So I wonder if someone invented that just by walking around drunk. Like, oh, this is walk like that. guy.
I have seen some people really get into it though.
Yeah.
Like at Dodge, doing the twirling and everything, and
Oh yeah,
It's
I've
people
seen
that-
it. They get really into it.
yeah. I'm like I said, I'm not real versed in that genre of music. I'm learning more as more people are asking for it, but I'm having to learn because they don't even know the songs they want.
I was gonna say, I
they
feel
wanna
like
hear.
a lot of people like a lot of Spanish music, but they're singing the words, but no clue what they're saying.
Yeah.
I'm like, I've heard it that many times that it sounds
Y'all
like you
could've
speak
yeah.
fluent Spanish. And I'm like, no clue what they're saying. Just heard it a
Yeah.
lot.
So I imagine DJing at different locations, you have to be pretty versed with multiple genres of music. Do you have any tricks of the trade of how you could learn multiple genres fairly quickly, or being able to stay up to like the times with things with music forever changing?
I read an article somewhere where they said by the time you're age of 29, you quit seeking out new music. You're done. You're set in your ways. All you want to hear is the music from your high school and college years. And that's really your formative years for gathering music.
Makes
That's going to be
sense.
what you consider the best music in the world. Okay, so you're going to have those people that think the 80s music is the best music.
Yeah.
The 70s music is the best music.
Oh, wow, that's me.
I'm learning
It's
about myself.
sometimes it's hard to be excited. Sometimes there's no good music for
yeah.
6 months, a year.
Yeah.
And then, like right now, out of nowhere, there's like a ton of new music that's exciting again. It makes it all exciting and makes you excited again, like a little kid, just taking it in. I can't wait to go try these out, and play them for everybody. But yeah, there's it's a constant learning, and sometimes I have to make myself seek out music.
Yeah.
That's not fun. That's not.
How do you seek it out?
I use Tidal as a streaming service. I use YouTube, and I'll just go into the rabbit hole after a gig, and just type in music, watch live shows, watch Tiny Desk concerts,
Oh, those are the best.
Those are
interviews,
good, yeah.
Yeah.
interviews, full concerts. Check out videos, music videos, and then of course like Tidal. And Tidal, just like Spotify, once you listen to enough songs or make a playlist, it starts making playlists for you.
The algorithm.
Nice.
So it's a
Yeah.
good way to
Gets you.
to
Dude,
discover.
that's cool as shit.
However,
Dude, that would keep me preoccupied.
When I use Tidal at a gig, it makes a playlist based on that gig. So there's some crazy playlists I've got based on Tejano and a country, and then a crazy hip hop song.
Holy shit.
So it'll make some pretty interesting stuff.
That's
For
great.
One thing I thought that would be a cheat code for DJing is if you could go and look at the jukeboxes, like the AMIs.
No, that's exactly what I was going to tell you.
Oh shit! Well, am I onto it?
Yeah, the best cheat code, and that's your opening DJ. Every time you're going to play, that's the jukebox is your opening DJ.
Yeah.
Listen to what's on the jukebox, what everybody's listening to, and try to come do something close as your first couple songs,
Yeah.
and then elaborate from there. Maybe keep it that vibe, depending on what kind of people you got.
Yeah, I think that will work in a lot of places. So like Dodge, we play a bunch of emo music a lot. It's all emo rock. Who cares what band is fixing to play? We just try to get our little emo sesh in, our little fix, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Every time, either like
Every
beginning
time.
of the shift or at the very end of it.
When the band's not playing, believe me, there's a couple of employees that are racing to get on
Ready
that
to put
jukebox
their-
to play the emo music. But what I was really thinking was, I think AMI and I can't remember the other.
BMI.
Yeah, that one. They keep track of everything that gets played at different locations. That you can go to their website and see what songs are trending at each jukebox, so what gets played the most, and also what gets played the most nationwide.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So I thought it would be real cool if DJs were able to go to, like, let's say the AMI at Dodge and just see the specs on, like, how much times fucking George Strait's The Chair gets played versus fucking the song that Dillon loves gets played or whatever, and just using that information to make a fucking playlist.
What I try to do too is I hear what's on the jukebox, and a lot of times it's the standard jukebox, rock jukebox, hip hop. So what I'll do is I'll just try to just elaborate on that and not play that. Play something else from the artist that maybe people haven't heard from the radio.
Yeah.
And something like that. But as far as that goes, it's just it's a crapshoot. Like I'll get there and there might be emo blasting at Dodge, but there's a table of, you could tell, are old patrons from the old Dodge.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to want to hear old country. So I'm going to start out with old country.
Yeah.
They can get their dance on. They're going to get tired after 3 songs.
Yeah.
And they're usually going by 10.
You're ready to go home.
Yeah.
And-
So if you don't know this, normally I kick that table out. As soon as I get there, I let them know. Like, I walk by and I tap my watch. Like, guys, night crew's here. Like, day bar needs to fucking go.
Yep.
Like, like.
It's that time.
He said I kicked them out.
Turn off that Tim McGraw, guys. Let's go home. Bedtime's coming up pretty soon.
No more Conway Twitty, bro.
Then I have like Kendall in the corner
about
ready,
to get really loud.
fucking,
It's really
putting
loud.
on some emo music. Like
Yep.
she's like, all right, Fall Out Boy's playing now.
Let's do it,
And then
man.
we're going.
Another good place is Beat Source actually has a top TikTok tracks, and those can be so random. You could have an old '80s song, a '70s song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yacht Rock's big right now. That's getting
So
big.
much.
There's some guys I watch on YouTube called the Blend Compadres, and it's 2 guys, and one guy will play the instrumental, like a hip hop instrumental, and the other guy played like a Yacht Rock song, 70s light FM song.
Yeah.
And it was very interesting. I loved it. It was great. And,
it's a cool little
They do
mashup.
like hour-and-a-half sets, and it's really cool to listen to. But I get ideas watching other DJs. I watch
Yeah.
other DJs on YouTube. DJ Jazzy Jeff, of course, one of my favorites. But there's tons, and then I watch the mashup guys. I usually watch to see if they're doing it live or did they make that, and then are they just playing it? Because to me, I want to do it live. I don't ever record any of my mashups and use them. I'll do them live if I can perform them live. If not, they get filmed and put on YouTube or Instagram.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I think going live, I mean, it takes some balls going live. That's the one reason why we haven't gone live on the podcast here. Just because, I don't know, anything can fuck up any moment and then it'd be embarrassing.
Yeah.
Also, I don't have the tech to do it. I'll have to buy some more gear to go live. But also, it's just like, I want to edit it. I want to polish it up, right? When you go live, you have your video shot, and then your audio. And if you don't have the right gear to make your audio sound good or like compress it or whatever you need to do to it, then it's just like, it might be a lower quality thing, right?
Wow.
And I think a lot of people choose not to go live just so they can really polish their content and then release it on their own grounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, going live, I always tip my hat to people going live or doing live podcasting because you just don't know what's going to happen.
There's a million ways to do a mashup. And like I said, you can go into Ableton and make mashups all day long. But I used to watch old school DJs and watch them do it live. So I've always wanted to do it live. And then I know there's big festival DJs that are DJing off of phones and just
Like their
playing,
whole sets?
like they have a recorded set, but they're playing it off of, like, say, Spotify. They have it up on Spotify. They're getting paid thousands or maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they're just pressing play.
See, I
They're
think
just
about that
going
all
through
the
their-
time.
Or
I always think
picking up
about
their
it.
phones and press and play.
Either that or they've
I
got a
think
thumb
about
drive
that.
that they plug into a CDJ festival setup and go.
How does that
And
make
they
you
act
feel?
like they're doing this shit.
I mean, whatever works for you. It's be boring as hell for me.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
I'm not going to just dance and jump up and down and pretend like I'm doing something.
Wow.
And I'll watch the mashup guys on YouTube and TikTok too, or not YouTube, but Instagram and TikTok, and I'm always looking, and then, like, they show the back of the mixer sometimes, and there's no wires coming out of it. They're just kind of mimicking
Yeah.
Oh, no.
something that was pre-recorded.
You have the eye. You can tell
And,
they're fucking up.
Yeah, because sometimes it's too polished.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no way he's doing it live.
Yeah.
And I've known DJs that do an
a beat
entire.
drops and they've still just been standing there doing that the whole
They'll
time.
do an hour
Like,
set,
wait.
recorded, and go and just press play and kind of dance around.
Yeah.
And they'll tell you, well, I do it because there's no possibility of fucking it up. It's ready.
Yeah.
It's there, and it's going to play. And what I love is the total ability of fucking up.
Yeah.
The possibility of fucking up.
Yeah.
And that's how you get better, is you fuck up.
True.
Several times.
Also, I want
Yeah.
to see the recovery, right?
Yeah, you
Like,
gotta-
how do you recover from
Yeah.
that? Like, because that could happen to you live. If you're going live somewhere, DJing live, and you fuck something up, like, how are you going to recover and get the crowd back into it? Like,
Yeah.
Ass would be fucking.
Well, that happens with requests.
Yeah.
Somebody comes up and they oh man, and they'll bug the shit out of you, and you're like, fine,
Dang,
I'll play your
the whole crowd.
I'll
and
play
you're
your
like,
shit,
"Oh,
and then
shit."
boom, they scatter like roaches.
Yeah.
All
like,
because that one
Okay,
request.
and then I'll try to get out of that song early. I'll try to echo out of it, and then we're into something else.
To get them back on the dance floor.
Try. Sometimes you're just not going to get dancers. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is
try to fill it out.
Yeah.
Like last night, my floor would clear. If I played some old country, you'd have a couple dancers. If I played some new country, packed.
Bag full of people.
Yeah, it was just it was an odd night.
Yeah.
Couldn't get into a flow. Like it was, you play one song, and like I said, somebody would come up and request the opposite.
Yeah, it's something
And,
that's complete.
It was like a wedding.
Yeah.
And those are never fun.
You're playing like a
Yeah,
slow
you have
country
the guy
song,
in
and
the
someone
suit
comes up
humping
and be
the
like,
floor.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy from
Yeah,
I don't know where he's
his
from.
name, but
I
he
think
was
we-
out there.
Yes, last night.
He was
Yes.
getting it.
Yeah, so for the audience that doesn't know, we have this specific character that comes up to the bar, and we used to call him the push-up man.
Yeah.
Well,
Because-
he was at
bumping around.
Shooters last night.
He was at Shooters last night.
Yeah, I was all
he
like,
would come
hey.
and he would just hump the dance
Okay.
floor and like do push-ups and that stuff. And like we just didn't know what the fuck was wrong with him. We were like, yo, I don't know, but eventually he was like a character, so we just walked him in like,
Yeah.
oh, the push-up guy, look at that.
gold
Yeah.
chain.
Yeah.
chain with
I'm
the-
talking
with
like
the
jacket,
tuxedo vest.
no undershirt,
shirt
gold
underneath.
chain, and
Maybe
he would,
shorts.
And he
with
would
some
always
boots,
ask me how much a
maybe.
fucking Malibu and pineapple was. Hey, how much for a Malibu and pineapple? And I'd be like,
Did he always call
$6.
me-
He'd be like, $6.
He always called me player. Every time I see him,
Because
he's
you
like,
are
"What's
a
up,
player. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's up,
How
dude?"
much
Oh,
for
he
the-
would have the gloves with the cut off
Yeah.
fingers. Yeah.
How much for Tito's and vodka?
The Tito's and vodka. Oh, no. I tell him $1 million.
$1 million.
Can't afford it.
dude.
Can't afford it. No, Tito's and vodka. Can't afford it. But no. So what do you do, Swerve? Like, what do you do to? When do you ever cut off requesting? I'm gonna cut off requests to figure out this crowd and have a consistency.
You don't. You
don't?
use the request.
You use the request.
You
listen to
use the
them?
request and then try to branch out from there, and then like, okay, if you like this, maybe you'll like this.
So I guess that's the whole like.
Sometimes
Because
it
I feel
works.
like some DJs play what they want to play,
True.
and some DJs play what the crowd wants to play. Right?
Yeah, you can, and I try to do it in the middle. Try to
Oh,
stay in the middle.
the sweet
If you
middle
go
ground.
anywhere else, if you go to a bigger town, that's in a club, the DJ's far away, and he may have like a Twitter line that you can request on or something like that. But nobody's walking up to him and shoving their phones in their faces most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he's playing you what he thinks you should hear, which is really how it should work.
Yeah.
Requests are cool, but just chill and listen to the DJ
Yeah.
and see where he's going to take you, or she is going
Yeah.
to take you. I go and I watch DJs. That's for that reason when I can, and just check it out. Just check out the show instead of interrupting their show
Yeah.
for something I want to hear. Kind of
Yeah.
see what they have in store. And but here in Victoria, like if you go to let's say Austin, you're going to catch a DJ that's playing stuff, and you're going to hear new stuff.
Yep.
And that's awesome. But in Victoria, people want to hear the same 20 songs they hear every hour on the radio.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're simpletons here, man.
And it's
Do
always.
you ever travel for this work?
I haven't in a while. I've done Austin, Corpus, San Antonio, Houston, in my younger years.
Yeah.
And now I'm just cool, just going out and playing here and there.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's it's just it's a hobby. I like private parties. I do not like weddings.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Weddings are turned into.
You already know you're gonna have
me-
their set playlist of songs.
Let's go ahead and take a quick break, and I'm gonna ask you some more about
Okay,
some
cool.
weddings.
Okay, cool.
All right, we'll be right back. Hey there. I just want to take a second to thank you for watching the Elite 4 podcast. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe because that really helps our channel grow. And if you're feeling extra generous, share us with a friend. Tell your mom about us. Tell anyone. We greatly appreciate you here at Elite 4. Now back to the podcast. Once again, welcome back to the E4 podcast. We had a good break there. I took a few Jaeger bombs. Mm-hmm. So if you see us melting in our fucking seats,
I'm lit as fuck. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Sitting on the edge.
Dillon is in his final form.
I'm in my final form. You wanted it, you fucking got it.
Here we go.
You want drunk Dillon? Here I am.
Come on, showtime.
Yeah,
Showtime.
Drunk Dillon is a fan favorite.
Yeah, dude. I got fans, dude.
Nice fans. He tells me about it all the time. He goes to HEB. He can't even check out.
Like, I went to HEB like a couple of weeks ago, and I was picking up some stuff for my mom, and I was in a candle aisle. Like, I was all smelling candles and shit. And all of a sudden, I heard, Dill! And I, like, turned and looked. I was like, oh, there was 5 people. There was 5 people.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they're probably going to watch this.
Are you signing titties?
Hey, shout out to y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all.
Shout out to HEB Plus.
Hey,
Or was it minus?
And, no, it was minus. close to
HEB
my house.
minus.
Did you have to
And,
kiss any babies on the forehead?
I know. And I was just like, hey, what's up? And
Are you
they're
signing titties yet?
Yeah, signing titties at Dodge City.
Dude, God forbid for those days, dude. When Dillon is signing titties and I'm just in the background watching, fuck that
He's
shit.
like, Miguel's like, I started you, motherfucker.
No, I
Fuck this
would
guy.
have no ill intent to it. I'd be like, God damn it. What has this world come to? Like, you're just.
But I'm in the, I'm back
People
there,
get
like,
famous
what's
for
up,
anything.
guys? They were like, bro, we fucking love you, dude. We love you. And I was like, hey, thank you, man. Like, you are our favorite. They would say, like, you are our favorite. We love watching you. Every time you're on the, if we see your picture on that fucking thumbnail, we will watch the video. And I was like, shit, thanks, man. Like, I appreciate it. And, like, they took a picture. They, like, wanted a picture with me. And I was just like, okay, like, fuck yeah, let's do it. And then a couple of days ago, I was at the convenience store. It always happens at a store. I don't know why.
Traffic.
But I was at the
Happens at
convenience
work
store,
for
and
me.
this guy comes up, and he's like, bro, because I always wear my Elite4 shirt. Always, without fail. And that guy was like, hey, you're that dude Dill, right? Like, they call me Dill. They don't say my full name. They just say Dill. And I said, yeah, dude, what's up, man? And he's like, hey, dude, I watch Elite4, bro. I like you a lot. He goes, can I get your autograph? I thought he was kidding at first. I thought he was. And he was, he like took his hat off, and he was like, dude, sign my hat. And I was like, bro, I don't have a fucking marker. Like, I don't have shit.
He said, just spit on it.
And
First the hats, next the titties.
Yeah.
I know, dude. It's so close.
And the fucking
You're almost
cashier behind it, and she was just like, look, I got a marker. And I was like, fucking give that to me.
Now you got to
And
start carrying the
He
Sharpies
signed,
with
he
you.
signed a hat.
I signed a hat, and the guy, whoever, hey, shout out to you if you watch this. Thank you for being a fan. I love you.
And he'll sign your titty next.
Yeah.
And I'll sign your titty next.
Please.
Shout out to y'all.
If you have titties, please let Dillon sign them.
Yes.
I'll be signing titties at Dodge City.
And butts. He
And
signed
butts.
butts.
And butts.
And nuts.
Okay,
And
well, I was
nuts.
about to say,
And
I didn't
nuts.
want to go there.
Bring it. But yes, but yeah, I signed his hat, and he took a picture with me, and I was like, God damn, I'm a Golden Crescent celebrity, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Road
And Swerve,
crisis.
that's why I expect nothing but supermodels on
I was gonna
Dillon's
say,
dating
how's
show.
that going?
Yes, it's going good. I got
You got
one
some-
girl. I got one girl locked
It's
in.
going good. I got one.
We still got to do a
But,
couple
you know,
interviews.
I just haven't messaged the other ones yet. Yeah, I will.
We got a
But,
couple
you know,
interviews to
I
do.
kind of want to pick some. You know, I wanted 3 girls, right, for Dill. And I mean, look at him. He's single and handsome.
He's a handsome feller.
I mean, who doesn't want to date this guy? How is he single? First of all, that's,
And I'm
that's-
funny. I'm
that's
funny.
the original crime right there. Is allowing this guy to be single out in the wild.
I'm funny. I'm a funny
Yeah.
guy. I'm a lovable guy. I mean, everybody loves me.
I mean, that's true.
And
It's
I
true, very
love
true.
everyone.
I've created a
love
monster, and you know what? I'll have to live with that for the rest of my life.
I know you. I have to thank you for making me a celebrity, because now I can't go to the fucking store without being bothered.
Dylan, I feel like you live off that energy, and
I
you
know.
know what?
Actually, I do. I love
I
it.
hope
Thank
the energy.
y'all.
I hope it never stops.
I hope it doesn't either. I love y'all. Thank y'all for all
But-
my fans out there. I love y'all.
Ever since the butter and cracker incidents where the
Oh.
lady recognized
Yep.
me, there was another person that came in the other day, and they're like, "You look really familiar. How do I know you?" And now I just get nervous thinking that they're just gonna be like,
I will keep that
"The
butter.
podcast. you
Buttercrackers
were
and mine.
talking shit
Buttercrackers
about
and
everything and everyone, and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. This
Aubrey's
is
a
my day
celebrity,
job.
too.
Oh, that's just for fun. I just do that for fun.
Yeah, you
People
can find
my day
Aubrey
job.
too.
You can find Aubrey in the wild at
Yeah.
the Baytown Seafood Restaurant.
And
I mean-
check her OnlyFans.
Check her OnlyFans.
Check her OnlyFans.
just me
Don't let the
putting
dated
peanut butter on
atmosphere
crackers.
fool you.
Yeah.
The Baytown
Never.
Seafood's real good.
It
It
Good
is.
food.
If you
It
ever
just looks
live
like
on
shit.
this side of town, or on
It just
you
what?
want to be.
It looks like shit.
On
It
that
looks like shit in
side.
there. It looks like it looks like a scene out of fucking Stranger Things.
But the place
I
really,
hope it's not very veiny like it is.
I'm serious, dude. Like it just looks very
It's
dated.
haunted. It's
It
haunted.
is dated.
it's not really that old either. I don't think.
It's
It's
not.
20
No, it's just
Yeah,
the
it
way
can't be
it's
that
20
old.
years old.
the way it's decorated.
That's
I
old.
mean, the building's not old. It's just the way
Let's
it's
say it.
decorated.
20 years old is.
It's just very 90s restaurant vibe
We got
kind of
some-
thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a fish restaurant. They
good-
got fish on the walls.
hanging lights.
You got the
got,
swordfish, the giant swordfish thing.
I think
you
the
know,
mural,
You know, a lot
the
of
mural
them have
needs
that,
to go. The
That big
mural
old
of
swordfish
fish.
statue.
the mural of
They
fish.
need to like redo
Put a
it,
fucking mermaid in the front.
paint it, do something.
Well, that's
I'm
what,
just saying, you can modernize it.
You know, if
We
you go
need
to a
to, like-
Chinese restaurant, they always have the lions.
Yeah.
Oh,
You need a-
those are really cool.
Oh, the
though.
two. Yeah, the two.
Yeah, y'all need a couple
Cambodia.
They're
mermaids.
guardians. They're called guardians.
You need like a
It's-
couple mermaids out there.
Yeah.
That's what you need. Some bussy mermaids at
Yeah,
the
bussy
fucking
mermaids.
Dylan can sign the tits.
Looking
Yes.
like Ariel. You
A
know.
and
bus-
then we're gonna get Dillon to come in and sign the two.
I
Yeah.
feel like he can sign them. Bussy mermaid. You know,
The pickle was here.
The pick. Yeah.
Have no fear, the dill pickle is here.
Yeah. Yeah. See that? Done. Business successful.
Business
Anyways,
is gonna be booming.
so Swerve, I wanted to ask you a couple. We'll do some fun stuff here. First thing I wanted to try to pick your mind about it is if you could guess what song we would request, what would it be? Like, look at Dillon, look at his cute face. Tell me what song is his request song. Then look at Aubrey and think of what song she would request.
Enter Shikari.
Enter
Yes!
Shakar.
Drake.
Drake.
Oh,
Drake.
Okay, look, the only thing
She
I
would. She
is
would.
because his name is Aubrey as well. That's
I
about
believe
it.
it.
That's
I
all we
believe
got.
What?
'Cause-
What?
The Used.
What?
I would have
Drake.
used. I
To
would.
use. Good choice, my man. I love
So
that.
Enter Shikari, classic Dillon song. Drake for Aubrey.
But am I right or am I right?
What would you request in Obs?
You're wrong.
What would you request?
I'm a good old Coheed fan.
Okay.
So if you go to a DJ, Coheed and Cambria is your go-to.
Yeah.
All right, what's your song?
You know what? Maybe. No. You know what? I do.
I like the Suffering. Suffering.
Is it weird that I
Suffering's
Suffering's
also
real good. Real good song.
Suffering's good.
do like oldies? I do like the Temptations. I wouldn't mind hearing that. Not My Girl. We wouldn't want to hear My Girl. But
Some,
like,
I did
Ain't
not
Too
know.
Proud to Beg. Like
What?
that shit gets
Al
me.
Green.
Yeah.
How about the old
Like
soul?
some
one?
more. Like I just like.
Dude, I
I
actually
like what
did
makes me
request
feel
a
good.
couple of days ago. I did
Okay,
You Dropped
okay.
the Bomb on Me.
But I do not like
Remember that
country.
song?
Yes.
That's
But
a good one.
Don't get me wrong. I will listen to Drake. I'm not gonna be like,
Okay, good.
no.
Drizzy.
Yeah. Oh, Lil Wayne. Come play Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne
Oh,
Wayne.
Lil
I'm
Wayne.
good with that. I'm good with all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no, it's good.
I'm in
It's
that
good shit.
category of people that you said by the age of 29, like you're stuck in your ways. I'm kind of that person. I'm definitely
I mean, I guess.
So what?
stuck in
What are
music
your
that
What
I
are your ways, Aubrey?
listen
What are your ways?
to. What do you mean? I
What
still
are your
like.
ways, Aubrey?
Yeah, what are your ways?
I'm
are your ways?
basic as hell. I still.
Basic.
I mean, we know that just by
I
looking
wanna
at you,
hear
but like,
My
you know,
Chemical
what are your
Romance,
ways?
and I want to.
Like, if you could describe your music taste, how would you describe it?
Oh, it's definitely all over the place. Only thing I can't do is. That's the thing. Is like country music.
No country music.
No.
No?
I mean, you'll catch me singing Neon Moon or something if it's on, because
Neon Moon.
that's just. It's you hear the songs enough. I go out a lot. You hear certain songs, you
And
sing
you call
them
yourself
because
a
they're
Texan.
on. But I'm not a big fan of country, and I'm not a big fan of Tejano. But
Teja-
you'll see me dancing.
Tejano's a new
You'll
thing to
see
me. And then,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, you'll see me out there dancing to it, but I don't know what's
thanks
going
to
on.
requests, I'm
Oh.
like, I don't listen to it, but when I play it, I listen to it.
Yeah.
Right?
And what I mean by that is I'm listening to production and how well,
Yeah.
how well
it
it's
does.
recorded, and what it sounds like,
Yeah.
and how people react to it and stuff like that. And it's
One thing that surprises me about the Hano is how many children are the singers. I don't know if you ever came across that. Like, I don't know if it's just one band that gets played a lot, but like there'll be like a Tejano song playing, and I'm all like, yo, whoever's singing the song has to be 9 years old.
Yeah, you gotta be a little fucking kid.
And then Kendall will tell
What
me.
was that?
Kendall, our good friend that works at Dodge, who's from the Valley, she'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's a little boy that
the
sings
whitest
this song."
Mexican I know.
And I'm just all like, "What the hell?" And it's literally a high pitched voice, like exactly. You know exactly.
Yeah, I know exactly.
And y'all are talking about.
And I was
Thanks,
like,
Kendall.
yeah, thank you, Kendall, for educating us about fucking Tejano music. But like, she tells me that the kids will be like Tejano singers, and
I've not come across that yet. I haven't.
dude. I promise you,
like
Swerve, you have played the songs.
Wow, I have not heard that yet.
I know. Like now, I'm gonna go research.
Yeah, the
this.
song that I was just mocking was they actually have a 9-year-old that sings that
One
part.
I can't get into, and I hear this at my normal day job with our painters, and they have that music that's like a with the tubas and shit. Sounds like
Fucking polka music. What is this?
Sounds like carnival music to me. And everyone sounds the same, which you could say about several genres.
Yeah, you can.
I've heard people say that. I've heard people say that about reggae, and I love reggae, and I could tell the difference. But that genre just sounds the same to me.
Yeah, I don't know what genre that is. So like, I thought so. Speaking about Tejano music, I thought if it's Spanish or Mexican or whatever you want to call it, it's just Tejano.
No, that's regional.
Yeah, it's regional. Kendall told me there's other shit. Like Kendall being my all-knowing fucking Mexican music kind of friend or whatever, she goes, Miguel, there's like fucking the cumbias, there's like fucking
is it
Mexican
cumbia
stuff.
and
There's
like
polkas,
shit?
there's some Tex mix kind of going.
The
Well, there's
reggaetons.
one thing I'm really interested in now is and it's really cool is the Mexican. I call it Mexican gangster rap.
Oh, like SPM kind of.
Well, no, it's all in Spanish, like El Comando Exclusivo. Is some really good hard shit.
Yeah, like they got that real.
They're rapping about like cartel shit.
Yeah.
It's
All
very.
right, so
got
is
that
that
real
something you're
hardcore
allowed to
Mexican
play
accent.
when you?
I'll sneak it in there because it's got
I
a
was
good
gonna
beat.
say I want to hear it next time you see me
It's
out.
like
and
it's not like
It-
trap.
I want to hear it.
What do they call it?
It really
now?
sounds like a
It's not trap music.
production. The beats are great. It sounds like if Cypress Hill just went Spanish.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of what it sounds like. And El Comando Exclusivo, I think is, it's kind of one of my favorites. And I hear it.
It's got like a mixture of 90s beat.
Man, when I go
90s
to
rap
some
beat.
jobs, our painters have one of those block rocker,
Yeah.
and they think just because the volume goes all the way up that they need to have it all the way up, so they do. And it's like I walk into a Mexican dance party, and they're in there just and this music's going on in the background,
Getting it.
Yeah.
and then they'll have that tuba shit, that boom burp boom burp, and then the next song will be like one of those hard ass fucking gangster songs, rapping about cartel shit. And I'm like, yeah, that I like.
That shit is badass. That is badass. It kind of reminds me of like it's not trap music, but it's
I mean, it's got a good traditional like a '90s hip hop beat. Like I said, it sounds just like if Cypress Hill did it.
Cypress Hill, but just Man, I haven't heard it. I want to hear it now.
That's what I was gonna say. Sneak it in, man. Next time you see us
Sneak
there.
it in.
Oh, I will.
Sneak it in.
For sure.
Man.
For sure.
When will you
Gotta
be?
sneak it
When
in,
you
my
said
dude.
you just kind of
I'll
fill
give you a
in
little
at Dodge,
preview.
or
I mean,
Hey,
it's not going to be good
preview.
quality, but I'll see if I can find you something.
Put
Shit.
it on the
Yeah,
mic.
put it on, man.
Blow our minds.
Y'all continue. Let me find
But
it.
yeah,
blow
no.
our mind.
So at Dodge, like, the Hano happens quite a bit, and like we always groan about it, like But no, like
Well, that's
luckily
quick. I
Kendall's
found
there
it.
to help me out with like some knowledge.
Here we go. Oh, because I have the volume down.
Yeah, put it over here. Put it over here.
We got that little acoustic.
See, this is almost like some of that tuba
Yeah.
bullshit.
Dude, this is the shit
Yeah.
that Aaron listened to when he worked with me at Dodge.
Oh, your homeboy in the kitchen?
Yeah, in the kitchen. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds pretty chill. I like it.
Honestly, I'd rather hear that than the Tejano music that people
Oh,
be
they'll
putting
go
on.
hard for that shit.
One thing I
here's the
don't
one.
like anymore is SPM. Can't stand them.
I still like some of the shit. It's classic shit.
I just get blasted by it too much.
Yeah, here's one. And then-
Yeah, I don't hear none of this at Dodge.
Me either.
See, Iceman
think
doesn't play
people would
this.
play some shit
Nobody
like that.
plays this.
Iceman doesn't play this? Whoa, dude. He's the best Tejano DJ
Yeah, but he plays Tejano, but
around, dude.
he don't play this. He plays like reggaeton or Tejano or cumbia. I mean,
It's not bad. I like it. I like it.
I like it.
So this brings me to one of my questions I had for you, Swerve, is how do you feel about DJs that really only fuck around with one kind of genre? Like, I feel like in town there's a couple DJs that they're just known for like either the Tejano or Mexican kind of scene, or they're only they're country DJs or whatever it is.
I mean, how do I feel about it? I mean, everybody do your own thing. Another thing I don't get on other DJs is some go up there and they don't mix. They'll talk over the transition or talk and talk into the next song. That's fine. I don't like talking on the mic when it comes to that stuff. I let the music let it go.
Yeah.
I like to mix. That's what I focus on is trying to make a good smooth transition or a blend. But there's different kinds of DJs. Those guys are more like Tejano radio DJs.
Yes.
They're doing shout outs, and boy, do Mexicans love some shout outs.
And man, boy, are those guys, that's their bread and butter. Like,
They love
especially the
them shout-outs.
Tejano ones,
Yeah.
they be shouting out people all the time. And then we also get like, oh, where are my Dallas Cowboy fans at? Because why? They fucking get them
me,
going.
I'm right there.
Yeah,
I'm right
Dillon's the only white boy there. Like, yeah.
Yeah, like I'll be literally
You know?
shouting it out. I'll be like, yeah, go Cowboys.
But it's just like, you're right. And you know what? If I think about it, all the Tejano DJs I know, they're all from the radios.
Yeah, and they talk. I mean, they talk. That's
A
their
lot.
thing. That's their
They
job.
talk a lot.
And that's just not one of my things. And there's some hip hop DJs that definitely talk a lot, and that's cool. If
Yeah.
you're giving a history lesson on the songs,
Or just having mic
producers or-
presence, right? That's what we call it.
Yeah, I mean,
Having that presence on
I
the
do
mic.
not have a mic presence. I just don't like it. It's just not. It's not me. I like the music. I'm there for the music, and that's what I like to do.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, people always want their shout outs and birthdays. And
Yeah.
Oh
all
yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah,
and
I've spoken before about how one DJ in town, his name is Rocket Man.
Yeah.
He will shout you out no matter what.
Right when you walk into the door.
Right when it's like he is eyeballing that door. And it's like, I'll go to Dodge to have like one drink or whatever. Like, oh, I'm just going to go Dodge.
Migs in the
have a glitter.
house.
I literally walk in and literally like take 2 steps in. And the first thing I hear, oh, Migs in the house. And
Migs in the
I was
house.
like, shit. And of course I look up and everyone's looking at me walking in. I'm like, fuck, I'm just trying to be low key tonight.
He gets a high pitched voice when he says mine. Do pickle in the house or
Yeah.
like some kind of shit. I'm just like, hey,
Oh, damn,
bro,
my
But I kind of like it though too, because it's kind of funny when
Yeah.
it happens to other people, right?
Yeah.
Like, someone else walks in and it's like, like
So
Nina.
massage
Like whenever Nina walks in Dodge, he's like, nasty Nina in the house. And we're just
Nasty
like,
Nina.
we just love it. We
Nasty
just
Nina.
die. We just die right there.
at best, I'll do last call, and I can't even do that right.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about doing it more? Or do you ever practice?
I have a feeling. If I did it more, I just wouldn't shut the fuck up. Yeah, I probably just wouldn't shut the fuck up if I did start. And
Yeah, because
then
there's a
you'd be
fine
sick
line,
of it.
right?
Yeah, all right,
Like,
man.
there's a couple DJs that working in the bars, how I'll just pick up like, man, this DJ just doesn't shut up.
And then-
like he talks more than fucking he
Play
plays
the
music.
music.
I mean, there's sometimes I would like to explain the song I'm about to play, or something like that. But I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they
Just
don't
do you
care.
just feel like it's gonna fall on deaf ears, right? Like
Yeah.
these guys
Yeah.
don't want a history lesson right now.
When,
They just want to vibe and drink and have
yeah.
a good
Years
time.
years ago, I used to DJ at Rumor Has It, and early in the night, I would do an hour of I would play the original soul, funk, and R&B songs that rap sampled.
Yeah,
And I'd do the first verse of the original song and transition into the rap
Nice.
song,
which is brilliant.
and
dude.
it fell on
Brilliant.
Very
I was
brilliant.
like, that's a great
That
idea.
is good.
it fell on deaf ears. Nobody gave a shit. Nobody gave a rat's ass about it. So
You know what? I
should-
think
she's
that would do good at sports.
I just kind of
Sports or Dodge. I was
sports
thinking
or
Dodge
Dodge,
would probably pick up
but-
on it.
yeah. I
Dodge
was
will
gonna say,
pick up on it.
I feel like sports
And-
too, though, because there's a lot of people that get into that.
I enjoyed it. I did. I was doing brunches at Moonshine for a while, and they
What?
had different
Brunch?
themes.
Oh yeah, they were doing
Yeah.
brunch.
Oh, they were.
Yeah, it was pre-pandemic,
yeah.
and they were all
Jake
themed, and we had
Yeah.
a soul food one.
Yeah.
So I did all the songs that were
the soul.
sampled
Hell
by,
yeah.
and you could see people going. They're waiting for the vocal to kick in, but it didn't because it's
It
just
was
the
Yeah.
R&B.
Yeah.
Or
Do you see a bunch of confused faces?
yes, it was awesome.
They're like, what happened?
Yeah,
You're like,
what's
fools,
going on here, dude?
Fools is not the song you thought it was.
I was just teasing him.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because was it Isley Brothers? The Today Was a Good Day. I played that, and you can see they're waiting for Ice Cube to kick in, right?
Oh yeah.
But he doesn't. You know.
Yeah, it
Damn.
just go. Yeah,
I didn't even know that was a sample song. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, that's good. That's
What do you
that's good DJ?
What do you think about like the DJs that like one of their things is to psych out the crowd, like especially in the EDM crowd, how like they'll build up their beat, and they'll have the breakdown fixing to go, and then it's like and it's
fucking drops
like a soft song,
I
and
hate
everyone's
it.
just like waving.
And I hate that shit when that happens. Like I'm big into house music. I'm big into like tech house and like drum and bass and stuff like that.
You ever listen to James Hype?
No.
One of my favorite performing DJs right now, James Hype.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to look him up.
He uses classic hip hop songs, R&B, and uses them as little samples in his set. And but when the drop hits, I mean, he's a busy man. He's playing 4 turntables, actually 3.
Yeah.
And then the sample he hits, the James Hype bitch.
Shit, that's more than what Tiesto does.
He's
DJ
entertaining.
Tiesto.
He's entertaining just to watch.
That's
I mean,
right.
Dude, I'm gonna have to look this dude up because I'm really big into like electronic music.
yeah,
like,
you
I've
would
always
love.
been techno.
And he's all about the the build and the drop.
Well.
But yeah, James Hype. He's
definitely. I'm gonna have
that's
to look
another. That's
that
one
up.
I discovered over the pandemic type thing. Watching YouTube for hours and days and
And
that
I got
kind of
like,
shit.
dude, I probably got about 5,000 techno songs or like house.
You never request any of that. I would love to go on like a house set.
You want to go on?
just,
I got 5,000
Because I got,
this phone.
I mean, I can, with house being a constant beat, I can go in there and drop any kind of hip hop as like a
tech house.
I can blend anything with that shit.
I got you. I'll get with you. I'll get with you.
And play.
you should come up with a good set.
Yeah, I got you.
Like a nice
definitely.
3 to 4 song
I will get
set.
with you.
Because
I got a lot of them, and I know from like the
thing with that
90s to like 2000, early 2000s.
You can't. It's hard to get away with like a full night or even an hour. Of that kind of music because they are long drawn out songs. And this town does not have where people in general don't have that kind of attention span anymore, thanks to TikTok.
Yeah.
So you really have to. You can keep that form of that oomph going, and then drop in all kinds of different acapellas, a chorus here, the first verse of this song, and just keep it moving, and but have recognizable parts, instrumental and vocal,
and it keeps them on the dance floor.
And if you can get them on the dance floor first.
If you can get them on there. Because here's the shitty thing about Victoria, man. A lot, like some people don't really like that type of music.
No, it's
you got to go to Austin.
It's few and far between here. It's not accepted here.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a full on like a Drake or Lil Wayne remix or something like that.
You got to go to Austin for this.
Like a little baby remix.
Yeah. Like if you want tech house and all that stuff, you got to go to Austin. Like
yeah,
6th
and when you get there, you're getting into specialized DJs that only do certain genres.
Yeah,
and just shit like that.
Kingdom. I went to this club called Kingdom. I think it was on 5th Street. The very small like EDM club. I mean, I'm talking about it was mostly dance floor, and then you got this like if you come right here, and you got like this little bar area. That's it. But this motherfucker, it's like packing fucking sausage in this shit.
And it's a little bar.
And it's it's assholes and elbows. In this
Sounds like one I used to go to called Plush. And Plush used to have the most awesome DJs. They're on like a 7th and Red River-ish area.
But it would get so busy in there. And the DJs that would go in there, they'll get these top DJs that like around like you'll get some from like California, like you get some around Texas. And these guys are fucking really good.
Yeah.
And they'll play nothing but like house music. They'll have a house night or like whatever you want.
You get a good guy that does specialize in that, and they'll take you on a journey.
Yeah.
And you'll just sit there. I mean, you'll dance and you'll not even know you're dancing.
Yeah.
Type shit.
Swerve,
let me ask you, what is the transition that a DJ has to make from being like a local DJ at bars and stuff to being like a traveling one that goes and does like different bars in different towns?
What I've gathered, just get a booking agent.
A booking agent?
Yeah, find a booking agent that kind of handles people like that, and you can move on. And well, number one, practice and be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either have a presence on the mic, know what songs to pick. I mean, you don't even have to be a good mixer. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
just play the song,
Play
deliver
a
the
song
deliver
that
the
people
music.
want to hear.
And I'm going to be honest with you, in this town, nobody cares if you mix or not.
Nope.
Just,
Yeah, yeah,
just
we don't
But
care.
that would be really cool because I think about that all the time. I'm like, are they up there actually like mixing the shit, or again, is it just a playlist? Is it just something that they did at home and then they
some do.
came and put it
There's
out?
some
like,
there's some big name festival DJs that do
Yeah,
that,
I
but they're
like
mainly
that.
known as producers. So they're putting their set
Yeah,
together.
they're putting it together. Nobody else
but-
has got a song like that.
I mean,
it's
and
not gonna
like
come out the same way.
I'm coming back to James Hype again. He's a producer. He has remixes you can find all the time on Tidal, Spotify, or whatever. Mm-hmm. He's doing that shit live.
Yeah.
He's live as
Yeah,
shit.
he's
He's highly impressive to watch. He's bouncing around and he's hitting loops here and acapella. He's just going back and forth.
Reminds me of Dead Mouse. Dead Mouse does that.
Dead Mouse is another one. He's a producer
But
first,
he does, yeah.
and he even admits that sometimes he'll he just kind of plays.
Yeah,
But he's a producer and he's a badass producer.
he is.
He's a hell of a. He knows what it takes to get the crowd going. He's just he's a great entertainer as well. Down to earth as hell.
Yeah,
I've actually thought about taking one of his classes on producing
That's right.
that kind of music and stuff. And I do music. I have a collection of drum machines and production centers, and I don't really care to produce an entire symphony.
Yeah.
I get on there and I can make a beat, a loop, a good 4-bar, 16-bar loop that I can remix. I don't even save them. I make it that time, and then the next time I'll make another one. My thing is about how fast I can make a piece of music, use it, and then delete it and get away with, it. Because, once again, it helps you get faster to where you can just start making beats on the fly. And I used to use drum machines live a lot.
Okay.
Like I'd make the beat, just hit the kick, hit the snare, hit the fill in, and then come in with an acapella. And I used to do that to the grill a lot. The grill gave me the room to
Expand.
the ability or the time to do it,
to do what you want.
where you don't have to have a formula of songs
Yeah.
that you need to play
Yeah.
and that kind of stuff. It's nice to have that kind of freedom sometimes
It is. It's very nice to have that.
as a hobbyist and stuff.
So on that topic, let me ask you about how do you react to some of the what we call the lo-fi genre, right? That's a new genre online that it's pretty much like if you could totally digitalize DJing, you have your little soundboard, you're sampling things, you're making your own beats, but it's all digital. There's no actual drum machine there or anything. You're just typing what you want in and you're looping things. And people are coming up with some pretty creative stuff. Like we have the studying girl on YouTube going for fucking I don't know how many years straight. Like just
You're talking about
lo-fi music.
Is she playing music that's already created or?
Well,
Is
they sample things. So a lot of times they'll
Is
make their
she
own
creating
beat,
it? Okay.
And they'll sample like lyrics from a song,
Right.
or vice versa, right? Like it could be any other way, but it's just all using this little I don't know what you call the machine, but it's like when you see people live doing it, they literally have a small little machine and they're just going to town tapping buttons and making their beeps. And
Yeah, they're probably sequencing. There's two different.
Yeah.
There's two different. If you get into hip hop, MPC is the preferred production center, and you'll see them. They'll actually play the finger drumming's another big thing where they play like they're a live jazz drummer, and create an entire beat, and or you have what's called a DAW, digital audio workstation, where you have a controller into a laptop and your software is in there.
Yeah.
And what they do is they sequence, and if you get into that, they already know if you hit the like a dance beat is going to be a 13579, which is going to
Crazy.
and then what's it one? I can't remember the sequence. I haven't done it in a long time. But anyway, you can get on any drum machine anytime and just go click, 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 and it's going to go boom,
It's gonna
boom,
pick
boom,
something.
and then you're going to
Kinda
go.
like a trance.
You're going to go
Kinda
click,
like
click, click, and
trance.
there's your snares, and then you go click, click, click. There's your hi-hats, and then you fill in from there.
Yeah.
Put in your synths, you put in your bass lines and whatnot, and go. But when you get into like lo-fi is more of a hip hop, slow down hip hop beat or a trip hop type stuff with there's sound effects, which is like a crackling record in the background.
Yeah.
It kind of makes it sound
Yeah.
Exactly. I was
like an old AM radio or an old record player.
exactly.
And that's what gives it that vibe. It's just a chill.
Yep.
And then you can put any kind of sample. You can sample the preachers that are on at 3 a.m. and just tune them down to where they sound like an AM radio behind that beat and just do
Like
some
a
cool,
low,
Yeah.
like kind of
just
like a
some
low.
cool creative shit of like this guy begging for money at 3 in the morning. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's just
Hey,
some
yo,
cool
mister,
shit.
let me get some change.
Yeah,
And it would be
I
on
love the
repeat.
lo-fi stuff, but you know, also I think we're out of time.
Okay.
Um,
It's awesome. Fun being here, man.
yeah, thanks for being on, and thank y'all for watching the E4 podcast, and we'll catch you next time. Peace, guys.
Later.
Peace.
I never had a father.